Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, this is Will the Dragon Whisperer with another video for the channel. And in this video, I'm going to be covering veiled chameleon care and everything you need to know to take care of your veiled chameleon. The superstar of this video is going to be Marley, a new addition to the reptile room. Just took her in a little while back, and I want to send a super big shout out to Nicole and her family for trusting me with her care. Also, some super big shout outs to Brandy, Darby, Nicole, Zeke, Misha, everybody who contributed to the reptile room when I was having a little bit of a struggle. Thank you guys so much. You guys were amazing. You came through, helped out a lot, and I cannot express the gratitude that I feel toward you guys for doing that. Also want to send a shout out to Cameron Lamb, a super awesome breeder. You guys can check him out on Wharf Market, or you can find him on Facebook. I just recently got a dream reptile, and I'm going to be doing an unboxing video later this week, and I hope you guys will stay tuned to see that. But I'm going to show you guys this reptile's enclosure, and I think Loki just jumped off my shoulder onto the enclosures behind me, so I'm going to have to grab him as soon as I get through filming this intro. But I'm going to reveal the enclosure for the new animal in this video so you guys can guess and comment below what you think that may be. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video. Don't forget to smash that like button, ring that notification bell. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We've got to get to that minimum subscriber mark so that I can get the channel monetized, so I can really start bringing in more animals and doing more here at the Reptile Room. So here we go, guys. We're going to jump straight into the video. Let's hit the road.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Okay, Marley just got through enjoying another cricket. She is very actively hunting about 10 or 12 crickets that I put inside of her enclosure. Like I said, she is a very active hunter, and that provides great enrichment for these guys. So we're going to jump right into the care. And these guys are a diurnal arboreal species. They come from Yemen and Saudi Arabia. They can live in a lot of different types of areas in that region. They can live in the mountains, the forests, the valleys. The males get up to 24 inches, but typically average is 14 to 18. Females usually around 1 foot, 12 inches. Sexing males are definitely usually more colorful, and they have a tarsal spur that is on their back feet, and I will try to include a picture, a screenshot of that. Cohabitation, people have asked me about that. Definitely big no-no. These guys are super territorial. You'll see when you try to take them out of their enclosure, and that is not only behavior that they feel toward humans, it's toward anything that tries to come inside of their enclosure, even if it's another chameleon. Even two females, you cannot cohabitate these guys. See, Marley is actively hunting. That's such great exercise for her, provides such great enrichment. Now, egg laying, these guys can lay 30 to 85 eggs at a time. So and the females can do that 3 times a year. So that's why the females, their lifespan is usually pretty short, between 4 and 6 years. All that egg laying is super taxing. I mean, some of these girls can lay 250 eggs in a breeding season. That's super exhausting for those females, and if they don't get all the proper nutrients to recover from that, that egg production just really shortens their lifespan. Males can be, they usually live 6 to 8 years, and like I said, they're the more colorful of the species typically. Now, setup, these guys require a screen. They need a lot of ventilation and a lot of air, even though they do need humidity, which the screen sometimes makes that hard to achieve. These guys do not do well in glass enclosures. For females, you can get away with a 16 by 16 by 30. That's what Marley's in here. But males, they really need the 12 by 12, or excuse me, the 24 by 24 by 48 or even bigger. Now we're going to get into some temperatures here. For a basking temperature, Marley's basking spot's right there on that log, but she has other areas that are close by that she can thermoregulate, and she'll actually climb right on top of those pothos leaves because she's still kind of small, but that's her basking area, and for that you want it to be between 85 and 95 degrees. And then the warmer area of her tank, which is over there in that region, you want to be between 80 and 90, and then the cooler spots, you want to be between 70 and 80 degrees in the cooler part of that thermo incline or thermo regulation that she'll be trying to achieve herself. She'll move around the enclosure when she needs to get warm, when she needs to get cold, like most reptiles. Now, her ambient humidity, you need between 50 and 60 degrees. Now, I have done my research through NOAA. That's I guess the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration or something. But you can get tables that show the average humidity in that region. And in Yemen, it never gets below 50, even in the middle of the summer. And it never gets higher than 66, even in March in the rainy season. So that range, 50 to 66, is all it ever spans in their natural habitat. So you want to shoot between 50 and 65% for their ambient humidity. Substrate, there are things you can use: eco earth, peat moss, rainforest soil substrate. But I don't use anything. I just mop up the water. The plastic catches some water for her humidifier, and when I mist her enclosure, and I just dry that up with paper towels. You can use substrate, but I found that they don't spend a lot of time on the ground, and it just ends up being a source of mold and mildew and things that can give them breathing and respiratory issues. Now, I do have live plants in here. There are a lot of live plants that these chameleons can live with. I'll be putting a list of those on the screen: pothos, hibiscus, rubber tree, spider plant, sword fern, dracaena. She's got some live plants in here, some pothos, and this is really unusual, you guys, because I'll talk about diet in a minute, but this is not damage from me not having a green thumb. This girl will actually chew and eat on these pothos leaves. Scientists have found in the wild, even though they're really taught to be insectivores, and most people, that's what they teach, that you should feed them mainly an insect diet. But researchers in the wild, when they've done autopsies on these guys, they found vegetable and plant and fruit matter inside of their intestine tracts, inside their their digestive system. So these guys do eat plants, fruits, vegetables in the wild. They are opportunistic eaters and hunters in their natural environment. And there is beautiful Miss Marley. She is going to town on those crickets. So a couple more things we need to talk about here. Lighting. You definitely want UVB, strong UVB lighting for these guys. I've got the bar here, the T5, and I've also got a coil UVB, which I know is not great, but at least it helps provide more UVB, and the live plants really need that. And then she has her basking bulb there. So UVB is definitely super important. Enrichment, obviously, lots of vines. They love to hide. They love to climb. They really feel secure when they have multiple hiding places. So the more the better. And as you can see, this is a really good way to zip tie a plant there, where you can have a live plant up on the side of your enclosure. And I just have a lot of bamboo and sticks. This is really decorated by Nicole and her family, and they did an incredible job. Marley loves this enclosure. She climbs around in it constantly all day. She uses every square inch of this thing. So we're going to talk about handling a little later in the video. Food and diet. Babies, you want to feed them, twice daily up to 3 months, and then from 3 to 8 months, you want to feed them once a day. And then when they get to be adults, you can actually feed them just every other day. Obviously, they're mainly insectivores: dubia roaches, superworms, crickets, silkworms, hornworms, waxworms. And there are some insects that are toxic to these guys. Don't go catch fireflies out in your yard and think it'll be cute to feed them to your chameleon and watch them fly around and light up while she eats them, because they are toxic. They can kill your reptile. Ladybugs are actually toxic to them as well. Centipedes. So steer clear of trying to catch those creatures, or if you see them, grabbing them and deciding you want to feed them to your chameleon. Fruits and veggies, if you want to offer them, collards are great, just like for most reptiles. Dandelion greens, another great staple green. Bok choy, hibiscus, flowers, asparagus, carrots, cucumbers. And there's some vegetables that are toxic to these guys. Some are actually toxic because they cause chemical reactions. Some are toxic because they bind with calcium and just affect other systems of their body in a negative way. So it won't kill them immediately, but over time cause system failures, kidney problems, thyroid problems. So you want to steer away from spinach, avocado, chives, garlic, and definitely onions. For water, definitely mist them multiple times a day. These guys will not drink out of standing water, so you have to have a dripper system or mist them multiple times a day. I use a misting system and a fogger, and also You want to make sure that these guys have a day-night cycle. You want to have your lights on a 10 or 12-hour cycle, so make sure that the day and night is replicated for these guys. Now, I'm going to be putting all this stuff up on the screen. I had somebody comment recently that I need to get away from the signage that I do in my videos and just concentrate on the reptiles. I am trying to concentrate on the reptiles all the time, and I appreciate any criticism. I don't want the person who suggested this to think that I'm trying to call them out, because I appreciate any criticism on my videos. Anything that can make them better and grow the channel and help me grow my love and you guys' love for reptiles and the content I can bring you is what I want. So anything you guys want to tell me that you guys think can make the videos better, please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. But I put that signage up because some people are better visual learners than they are. They can hear something 10 times, but if they see it, they'll remember it a lot quicker. And not only that, but if there was a particular thing, the humidity, the temperature, the substrate that you wanted to refer back to, instead of listening to me ramble through the whole video, you can fast forward till you see that signage on the screen, and you won't have to listen to me ramble the whole video to find that one little bit of information. I hope that signage helps you find points in the video that you're trying to refer back to, because it'll be a visual cue on the screen. So there's just a small explanation. Like I said, I'm going to put signage on the video of all these things I'm talking about, so it makes it easier to refer back later, and for you guys out there that are visual learners. But that's basic care. I think we've covered everything. Now, if you do have a female and she's breeding, definitely got to provide a lay box. If you're not using a substrate like I am, you do have to provide a lay box with moist, sterile soil in there to give them an opportunity to get comfortable, find a nesting spot, and lay their eggs. So I believe we've covered everything, all the temperatures, where these guys come from, the plants, the diet, and the handling we're going to talk about here in just a little bit. Okay, you guys, like I stated earlier in the video intro, this is the enclosure reveal for the dream reptile I have on the way, thanks to Cameron Lamb, an awesome breeder of this particular species. You can find him on Morph Market. You can find him on Facebook. So I'm not going to reveal what's going in here. Maybe you guys can take a guess, but it will be arriving tomorrow, and I will be unboxing and then posting that video later on the week. But this is his enclosure, or her. I'm not even going to reveal the sex right now, but this lizard will be living. Oh, I just gave a hint away because I did say it was a lizard. But you guys can guess in the comment section what animal is going to be going in this enclosure that I have set up here, that I will be unboxing tomorrow, and you guys will see in a few days. Okay, here we have Marley basking in her basking spot, and I have created this enclosure was really set up awesome by Nicole and her family, the subscribers that I got Marley from, and I have just manipulated the branches a little bit to provide kind of a shelf right there, and I will put her dusted dubia roaches or silkworms right there in that spot, and it will hold the bowl there, and it will allow her to see the insects, and she usually climbs down here to this branch and hunt, and I'll try to get some video of Marley hunting. But I'm also going to add some crickets, let them free range inside of here, and it's really exciting to watch Marley hunt them down, and I'm going to get some of that on video for you guys too. You guys can already see Marley made it down from her spot very, very quickly, and has already began eating her dubia roaches. Oh, I didn't mean to scare you there, Marley. I was just trying to move the leaves so we could get a little bit better picture of you, sweetie. Look, she was so quick to come back. Once she sees those dubias moving, she really, really enjoys those. Her color is already changing and lightening up. And see, this bowl with the smooth sides prevents the dubias from escaping, so it gives her a good little chance to hunt them while they're moving around, but they can't get loose in her enclosure. Now, she has the Reptibreeze 16 by 16 by 30, and it has the really fine mesh. Please excuse my cord game, it needs work. But the really fine mesh keeps insects from being able to escape, so I can actually put crickets in here loose and let Marley hunt them. Like I said, I'm going to put that in the video later on when I put some crickets in here for her. Now I'm going to drop some crickets in here for Marley to hunt. I drop them usually in the bowl, but they will eventually get out and climb around. And this type of enclosure with the small screen lid really keeps these guys from getting out and getting away. But she is a very aggressive hunter and very active. Once she sees these guys in her enclosure, she knows what time it is. I think right now she's just trying to decide which one she wants to get. Oh no, there she goes. Well, sorry that took so long, guys, but might edit some of that out and just jump to the part where she finally got her one. But she is a very voracious hunter, and that's good enrichment for him to hunt these guys instead of just eating them out of a bowl. When it comes to handling your veiled chameleon, most of them do not like to be handled at all. As you can see, Marley has her beard puffed up there just a little bit, and she's a little darker than normal. And people ask me how I get my chameleons to come out onto me, because I can just open the door, and most of the time if I talk to them real softly, they'll come out. But she lets me know when she wants to go back in, and she probably doesn't want to go back in. She just wants to climb around. But handling your chameleon, often the hardest part is getting them out of the tank, because they're very territorial. So when they're inside of the tank, they're most likely not going to let you get them without a little bit of a fight, and that's just going to stress them out. So unless you can coax your chameleon to come out onto your hand, which you can do, it takes bonding, it takes time, it takes work, and it takes consistency. You can't just do it a couple days and then don't talk to them for a couple days and then come back and think you're going to pick up where you left off. You have to be consistent. Marley doesn't come to me very often. She does every now and then, but my panther chameleon over here, Gandalf, practically anytime I open the door, Gandalf is ready to come out and interact. He always wants to come out, but that's not always the case with veiled chameleons.
Okay, you guys, once again, this is Will the Dragon Whisperer. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something new about veiled chameleons. And if you have one, I hope watching this video has helped you take care of it. Just like always, you guys, smash that like button, ring that notification bell. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I want to send a super big thank you to a subscriber and somebody who's very near and dear to my heart, who made this merch for me that says, "Real dragons have beards." This is awesome, custom-made shirt that somebody made and sent to me. I cannot tell you guys how awesome I think this shirt is. So, hope you guys will stay tuned in the future. Can't wait to see you in future videos. Don't forget that unboxing will be coming up in just a couple of days. Can't wait for you guys to see that new animal. And I cannot wait to get this channel to where it needs to be so that I can really start blowing this reptile room up and bringing a lot more animals in here and showing you guys how awesome these animals are. So, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm out.